Goler clan was socially crucified after the trial.
The Goler clan was socially crucified after the trial.
The Golers were living in primitive conditions.
The Golers were living in primitive conditions.
Several of the Golers didn't understand what was wrong with their actions.
A Canadian news station interviewed one of the Goler family members, a 57-year-old man who doctors labeled mentally disabled. He had just been released from prison after 4 months behind bars and was confused about his incarceration. He insisted to the reporter that he didn't know what he had done wrong, he was just living life as he always had. Reportedly, one family member didn't even know what the word incest meant. The defense lawyers were challenged in defending the Goler family since many of them had already made incriminating statements to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police (RCMP) before the trial. The family was unfamiliar with the legal system in a culture from which they had been almost entirely isolated.
People were beginning to notice their genetic abnormalities.
Reportedly, people in Kentville long suspected the families on South Mountain were inbreeding, but no one intervened. Despite the assistance families received after the trials, isolation and genetic problems persisted into the 21st century. Professor of Human Geography James Boxall lived in Kentville in the mid-2000s and made observations about the rate of people with developmental and physical disabilities in the area. You'd notice the high rate of disabilities at Christmas time, because everybody would be around shopping at Christmas. I just went around and I went, oh my God. I remember saying to my friend, do you notice this? And she said, oh yeah. Boxall was surprised to hear the issue put so bluntly, but for him, it was confirmation that people in town knew of the South Mountain family's plights.
The inter-family relations had gone on for about a century.
Investigators determined the latest generations of the Goler clan inherited a century's worth of compromised genetics. While the isolation of the families on South Mountain is not new, evidence dates the inbreeding back approximately 100 years. In a 1986 interview with the Ottawa Citizen, Acadia University sociologist Jim Sakauman maintained during the trial how manuscripts dating back to 1860 showed inter-family relations were prevalent. Sakauman also noted that officials and political leaders should have noticed the mountain clans inbreeding and genetic disorders long before the Goler family made headlines. The charges included child prostitution.
A 14-year-old girl exposed the Goler family's forced inbreeding.
A 14-year-old girl exposed the Goler family's forced inbreeding.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.